So here we are looking at the Shapes 2 demo, and this is an absolute game changer from the original game. We're now in 3D, and you can just see all the amazing different things on the screen that we've got. Now, got lasers down here. We've got a vortex in the middle, sucking all the shapes in. And it just looks great. We are going to play through the demo, show you some of the new things that are available. And at the end, we're going to get a little hint on what is coming in the future as well once the game is out. If you wish to wish list it on Steam, you can do so. Make sure you do that perhaps at the end of the video. Let's dive in and have a look. We're going to start a brand new game. There we go. Excellent. We're going to play the demo. These two aren't available just yet. Here we go. And we'll do a little map seed as well. If you want to follow along, you could do the same as well. And we're going to dive in and play. And everything's getting sucked into the vortex. So as we go through, we're going to get screens like this. I'm not going to read through them all. You can pause if you want to have a look, but I'll explain the game as we play through as well. So this will be very familiar to you. Here we have the little areas where you can set your extractors to get the items out. We've got some goals up here that help you to learn how to play the game. And as you're placing any item, R rotates it around. There we go. And down here, you can click the numbers to just bring the items out. We're going to pop those into there. Worth looking at as well. We're not going to turn this into an Excel spreadsheet simulator, but these extract at 30 a minute. These hold 60 a minute. So little simple things like that, we know that is going to go together. We're also learning here as well about some of these other new items. Watch what happens when that gets to the end. And there it goes. And that shoots off and lands. So for getting over other belts, that is just going to be brilliant. So they've just set up this little thing here to show us how it works. And then when it gets to the central section here, it's fired into the vortex. And then it'll be counted against our target, which we haven't got yet. It wants just to run through a little thing here. We can Control Z to undo. There we go. We can rotate with our middle mouse button. And yeah, we can place 4 extractors. Also, another nice little thing. I want to get an extractor. I don't have to click here. I can hover over that and click C for copy. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to delete that one because what I'm going to do is bring that into there, connect that into there, and that into there. And that gives us what we need. There we go. Just telling us what the hotkeys are. You can pause and have a look at that. So we are basically given these goals up here, the half destroyer, and we've already hit that one. So this basically cuts items in half, removes the left half or the west half, keeps the east half. So that is something we're going to be using as we go along, also known as a cutter as well. So now we need to get some squares, and we notice that our goal is half squares. So I am going to grab some of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Place those down. And it's telling us what to do over here, so we're just going to run through that. There we go. Excellent. So we know 2 of these are going to completely saturate one of our conveyor belts here. What do they call them? Yeah, conveyor belts. This one here runs at the speed of 20. So they will spread out there. And you'll notice that when you get a T-junction, it will take one this way and push one up that way until it's full, of course. There we go. Excellent. So we want to get those into here. So I'm thinking what we're going to do is get those into 2 lines like that. That one into there. And we'll bring that all the way along to the end. And that will shoot off into there, and that will give us that goal. Now, it's worth noting that even though these shapes on the right-hand side and these 2 on the left-hand side, that will still count. That will be fine. Also, deleting, it says here, shift and right-click to delete an entire area. Just makes it a little bit easier as well. Or you can do shift and left-click to select, and then you could just delete it all in one go like that. Right. Let's let this goal run through. Actually, of course, this will work better because these are 20 each and the line 60. So there we go. That fully saturates the whole thing, which is good. And it's worth keeping in mind when you're doing little setups like this, that later on, we are going to unlock blueprints, which is something we're going to work our way to. So we've got second floor we're going to unlock, stackers, different types of rotators, blueprints, space platforms, and then we've got to the end there. So that is going to be interesting to see. And there we go. We've unlocked that one. Excellent. So we'll just click on there. It'll give us a little brief look at how that works. Very good. And I believe with these, let's have a look. Yeah, we can only rotate one direction at the moment. We will get other options as the game progresses. So now our next goal is this little tiny quarter of a circle. So we are going to pop over here. And I think what I'm going to do as well, just to make this all a lot easier, I'm going to delete all these jumpy fly bits and all of these bits that we've got going on here and just line this up. There we go. Excellent. So let's change this bottom one down here. What's interesting, as you place these down, it will give you a little indication of what's going to come out the other side. So we're going to place one of those and we're going to end up with the right half. And then we're going to do that, which is going to switch them around, which is what we want. And then we're going to do this and we're going to end up with the right half again. And you'll notice that it's the bottom right little segment we got. Up here, it's the top right segment. Doesn't matter. When it's single segments like that, it's no problem at all. And then what I'm going to do is to speed things up a bit. I'm just going to copy that. So I'm going to hover over, press C, copy that into there. Because at the minute, we don't need straight up circles going in. So we're going to do that. We could also do this, which will increase cutting speed. So while that one's working its way through, I am also going to do a little something here. So we want to put half in. So let's bring that along here. That can go in. We'll mirror that up the top. Then we'll cut that. We'll cut that. And that will just give us the half that we need. And then I'm going to run that all the way in like that. If you press C, it'll put it at an anchor. And then you can continue along. I could have sort of changed this around a different way, but that's the way I'm doing it. So there we go. And we get the little tick here. So that means we're getting our main goal. If we add that one in as well, I thought it'd give you a little tick on these, but it's fine. There's no cross on there. We know these are going to work. I mean, what we could do here is we could just literally double this up and keep this thing going. And we've hit the second floor. So this is an entirely new concept to this game. We can now go up and over. And this item is absolutely brilliant. There we go. We've got the cross now. That doesn't mean it won't accept these items, but it's just telling you that it's not going towards unlocking anything. So that's fine. Our cutting speeds we're working our way towards. We'd like to add squares into this as well. So I'm literally just going to add out of here 1 and 2, and we're just going to run these. Not into there, we're not. We're going to run them into there. And the top one as well. Press C, do an anchor, come down, go into there. Excellent. We'll just delete that. There we go. So we're putting in the squares to increase our belt speed, which is good. We've got our cutting speed unlocked, which is going to help us a lot as well. So now we're going to look at the switching floors. So let's just grab a belt here. I'm going to place this along here, and then I'm going to press E. And it now takes us up, and we can go along. Then you can press Q, and you can do that. And that means you can also place belts underneath, going in various directions, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm going to do shift and drag, and we're going to delete all of that nice and quickly. So we've already learnt about the previews over here, so we'll get rid of that one, and we're going to unlock the stacker. So this is asking just to put in a little tiny square, similar to this setup we've got over here, but it's just the squares. Now, what we could do is we could copy this setup here over to this side, and that could help us in doing that. These are straight out circles. So actually, we'd probably need to take this system out here. Do I want to do that? We might just bring a couple of these around this way and do that instead, like this. Now, we don't have blueprints unlocked yet. Otherwise, that would be the best way to do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that, and we're going to bring that over here. Then, of course, we need to just turn that round. And then we're going to have... Oh, it's actually going the correct direction. Let's not do that then. There we go. Very good. And then in the middle, we know we need to do one of those. Excellent. That gives us that little one that we need there. We are now running out of space. Have we almost got the bus speed sorted? We have. So what I'm tending to do is once these are filled up, it's just disconnecting them from here, because unless we actually need the whole shape going in, it's just taking up slots. And there we go. Excellent. So belt speed increased. So I'm just going to delete back all of this to give us a little bit more space. And now we can take this one in, and we're going to go in there like that. Excellent. And you can see this is getting a little bit slow. So again, I'm going to go copy, 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 and then we're going to split that off. That was not what I wanted to do. Copy that into there, and then that can come back out into there, and that's just going to speed things up somewhat. Turns out 3 works rather well, keeps this line moving over here and keeps this one fully populated as well. And now that the belt speeds have increased, we could actually add another one of those on there, because these are still extracting at 30, but our belts now take 90. So that's worth keeping in mind. You can see the little gaps in between, which told me we could you know, fill that up a little bit more. And the stackers have done. There we go. Excellent. So these are a very cool item, and this is where the extra level is going to come in handy, come in helpful. We can see we're stacking a grey circle on top of a red square. So we're going to see what shapes does it want us to stack. So nothing too complicated. If you're not sure on the shape, you can click on that and we get a little breakdown. This one is pretty obvious, but they do get more complicated as we go along. So we're basically just stacking a circle on top of a square. So I'm thinking what I might do here is we don't need any of these. I'll tell you what, we'll just use this little section over here. So I'm going to fully saturate that circle line coming in there. And then we want some squares to come down here as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go like this. We're going to come along here. Then we're going to press E to go up. We're going to go over the top. Then press Q to come back down again. Okay, so again, it's giving us a little indication of what to do over here. So we are going to place 4 of these in the direction that it says. So we're sort of going to line up with this here with a gap in between. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And then the inputs are on the bottom and on the top. So the bottom one is the square. So we are going to bring those in here like so. We're going to delete that there, otherwise it's going to get confusing. And then here we're going to bring this along. We're going to go up and then we're going to go along like that. And now we're attaching to the top section, which is what we want. Q to go back down again. And we can see the shape we're going to get out over here is the shape that we want. So now I'm going to bring these out like this and we'll connect these up. I'm assuming that they'll happily all just go into one like that. Oh, and I haven't quite finished that off. There we go. And we can see we are getting the right shape. And as they get shot in, this number will start going up. Excellent. It also mentions that you can build structures on the top floor. That's obviously only going to be structures that are one tall like these. If you try and place a stacker up here, it won't like it. So you'll need to go below like so. You can also press F, so you get the mirrored variant, which is quite handy. So I like that. I mean, we could sort of double this up, add more to it and all sorts of things, because it is backing up a bit, but it'll be finished in a second. Let's just give it a moment to get sucked into the vortex. I can already see some of you whipping out your Excel spreadsheets to get all this exactly right, but I prefer to have fun. Oh, burn. Anyway, now we're going to get the rotator, and you get 2 versions of this, left and right, which is good because we had the other one before. Now we've got both, which is really handy, and we've unlocked a whole load of other things down here, which I'm thinking we want to get stacking speed first, because then this one here actually doesn't need a stacker, does it? But let's go for stacking speed anyway. So we've got all these squares coming out of here. Oh, they're actually going down there. Let's not mess with those. I'll tell you what we could do. We could slightly rearrange this. There we go, and we'll use those instead. And then we've got this free over here. We can give ourselves some space to work with. Excellent. So we want to cut the side off. So let's do that. And at the moment, we've only got 1 cutter, and it doesn't keep the item, the other item that it discards, which is a bit of a pain. And then we want to rotate that round like that, and then we want to cut it again. So that will give us the little piece. And then what we're also going to do is take another one out of here, like so. And then we're also going to cut that in half, and then we're going to rotate that twice. So that will give us the correct orientation for those items. We're then going to place, what could I fit on here? 1, 2 of these. If we go a little bit further, we'll fit in some more. And then what's the one? It doesn't really matter which way around we do this. So I'm going to bring that one in like that. And then, actually, no, we're not. We're going to change that around. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do it like this to give ourselves a little bit more room up there. So that one can go in the bottom there. And then this one here, we're going to go this way, but go up. Okay, let's try that again. We'll go along here and then go up. There we go. Excellent. And then we can go along, and that will go in the top. Very good. And we'll go back down again. And then we can look at the shape that's coming out. Yep, that's the shape that we want. So then we can hook all of these up. Like so, boing, 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 and we're just going to bring that one. Where can that hook in? That can hook in. Press C, connect up to there, and we've got that one coming out of there, nice and good. Again, we could probably double all of this up, which I think I'm going to do, because we've got space either side. So, using the copy function. There we go, and we'll see how that goes. You might have noticed there that you can't do 4-way junctions, which sort of makes sense, doesn't it? And we could probably, yeah, we want another one of these on here, don't we? To give it the maximum amount. So let's do that. And that will saturate that line. That will be good. This will keep busy. And it won't be very long before we get our stacking speed increased. While we're waiting for that to bubble over to 80, let's zoom out and just take a look at the area around here. And you start to get an idea of how big this game is. So this is our starting area. Over here, we've got other colors and shapes and things. I'm assuming this is going to be dye. It looks like it to me. Used to get dyeing of items in the game before. We've got other shapes and things down here. And if we zoom out even further, I mean, just look at the size of this. I know to press H to get what? Look. It is just absolutely nuts. Look at it. And we've got all the different colors, I think, available. Green dye over here, all sorts of shapes. So this is an immense factory game. But at the minute, we've only got the ability to build on here. Keep watching to find out what's going to happen next. Oh, there we go. We've unlocked stacking speed. So we're going to grab that. So over. So you might, once you've done that sort of thing, you might want to come and start rebuilding other things. But then we don't need these shapes. So there's probably no point at the moment. This will be good because at the minute we've only got this type of cutter, which removes half and discards the other. This one here actually outputs both halves, which is really helpful. So I'm thinking we're going to do a bit of adjusting down here. We don't need to keep this, but we need these items. So let's just remove them. You might want to not want to do this when you're playing the actual completed game. You might want to keep things just in case. But in this instance, we're not going to. So we're going to do that. We're going to rotate that twice. Very good. And then we're going to do over here. We're going to do that. And that gives us the exact side that we want. And then we're going to do the same again. We're going to rotate that around. Actually, let's press F and get the other one. Yeah, that will do. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very good. And we'll bring that out into the bottom half. I'm going to move that back a little bit. And then we can check our shape. Yeah, looks good to me. And then we'll just hook all of these up. And again, I'm going to speed this up. We're going to use the copy function. And it won't be too long, and we'll have this one finished as well, which will give us better options later on. Oh, I love just staring at this section in the middle, watching these items spin round and round, getting sucked down into the vortex. Just seeing if we can look underneath and see where they're all going. Who knows what dastardly things are going on down here with all the shapes. And oh, they're getting sucked even further down into the vortex. Oh my goodness me, what the heck's going on there? Well, we've unlocked something else. There we go. We've got another cutter. Let's take a look at that. Now, this is going to be very handy, keeping 2 halves of an item. So it's a good idea sometimes to go for these when you can. We've got trash. I don't think we're going to need that one, so we'll leave that one. So now we want to go for blueprints. And now in a situation like this, blueprints would be very handy because I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, yeah, I've oversaturated this line here. I'd like to add more of these. I'd like to move this back. And at the moment, I'd have to do it all individually, copy the item, move it back. But with blueprints and with the big copying and pasting, which you can't do yet in the game until you unlock it, I would copy and paste, move that over, copy and paste, duplicate, and all that sort of thing. And blueprints is the step towards that. So let's have a look at this one here. So we need 3/4 of a circle. There we go. And then 1 little square in the corner. Are we making any of those shapes yet? Well, these here, if we just do this to give us some space, these ones here, we could cut. Now we've got 2 cutting options. If you look down the bottom above the scissors, and if I do tab, it jumps between them. Now, this will be very interesting. So I'm going to make a little bit of space here. We're going to go for our cutter. We're going to press tab, go for the larger one. And now we're going to see, actually, it's not going to give us both halves because they would need to be rotated. I'm just wondering whether we might just change this, actually, because we're probably overcomplicating what we're doing. Or, I tell you what, we could just add a little rotation in here. That might just be a little bit easier. And then you'll notice we'll get the 2 halves coming out of there. Very good. And to keep things simple, what I'm going to do is go like that. So then we get the same direction coming out of each side, and we've got that one going on there. We could, again, just copy that and use this line over here as well, which I'm going to do. There we go. Excellent. We'll delete that because we've got some wrong items coming out. Very good. There we go. Excellent. There we go. So now we've got 2 lines of these. We might put them into 1 line. I think that's probably what we'll end up doing. And now we want the 3/4 of the circle. So I'm probably going to just branch off of here for this one and come along this way. And what's going to be the best way to do that? Well, I think we're going to want to use the cutter. We're going to rotate that around that way so we get both halves coming out. I want to keep the top half here. And then I'm going to rotate this one twice. So then we get that being exactly the same and we'll merge those. So now we've got the left-hand side, but we also need that little tiny quadrant there. So I think I'm going to split off down here. And this time we're going to use the cutter like so. And I'm just thinking, if we rotate, doesn't really matter which way we go, like so, like that. In fact, this one, I'm going to copy that and we're going to rotate that the other way. So they're both exactly the same. And then if we do a normal cutter, there we go. We will get, well, I want 1 segment there, but we'll, just wondering actually, if I do this cutter like that, we'll get 2 segments off of this one. Oh, let me just move all this down, get some more space. Aha, there we go. So this one up here, we're going to rotate that way. That one's fine. So we can put those both into the same line. That's no problem. This one here, we're going to rotate that way. This one's fine. So we'll bring that along there. Go like that. Oh, press C and go this way. There we go. And we'll get all of those together. And I would imagine that now we can stack these and these together. So let's pop some stackers in. There we go. Excellent. Got our stackers in there. So we're going to bring that into the bottom section like that. And then we want these to go onto the top section. So actually what I would probably do is just rearrange these like this. There we go. So they all join up together. We're going to come here and go up, and that's going to connect there. And then we're going to bring those all the way in the top. And then hopefully, if we've done that right, we can see our little outputs. Yes, we're getting that working out perfectly. So that's going to come out there. That's going to come out there. And we're going to get all of these hooked up into a line. There we go. Very good. And now we've just got to stack those with these. So let's just bring all of these together. Excellent. So now we've got those together. Let's just add some stackers. We're probably facing these all the wrong way. I want to go up this way. So what I'm going to do is rotate that like, yeah, that will do, like that. And we're just going to add in 3 of those. And they're both coming in from different directions, which is actually fine. So we're just going to bring those along the bottom like that. These, we're going to go up and bring those in along the top. Excellent. With a look at the shape, we have got the shape right. Excellent. So I'm going to bring all of those in, and then we basically just want to get them over there. So if we go up, across, down, then we can just do this, and oh no, we'll press C there, and then we'll go in. Excellent. And that will give us the blueprint. And I'm sure we probably could have had some more of these over here stacking, but that's the way we've got it set up at the moment. Once it gets running and gets through the backlog, we might be able to see if there's anything we can change, but I think that will do for now. And here they come. We know it's the correct shape, but it's nice to see it appear up there. Brilliant. Worth just mentioning this knowledge panel at the top here. You click G or just click on that button to open it. Lots of information about all the different concepts and the things it's telling you in the game. In case you sort of miss a few things, you can go back and read it. Very, very helpful, particularly as we get to the more complicated stuff, which is going to happen in a minute, believe me. And blueprints is unlocked. Excellent. Let us take a look at that. Now, this is fantastic. Copy and pasting, which is really good. I'm assuming it's also going to let you keep blueprints in your locker in case you need it. We'll find out about that as we go along. But yeah, so this will be good. So things like this, let's have a look. Let's pick a little bit. This little bit here, if we wanted to change it, we can shift left click, copy as much of that as we like, Control C, and then we can paste that down. There we go. That cost us 59 points, which is what we needed. And these are our blueprint points up here. Delivering those shapes grants you blueprint points. Oh, I see. Okay, so these shapes going in are giving us blueprint points. 1 for that, 2 for that. Oh, okay. I must have missed that in my playthrough earlier. So we're getting 1 for each of these, which is fine. We could stack a circle on top. Ah, and double it up. Well, why don't we do that? Let's have a look. So these are coming out of here. If we've got any circles nearby we could stack on top of, I bet we could if we tried. All right, so I'm going to get my stackers. I'm going to put, let's go for the other direction. We're going to go for, I've got to leave myself some space to get in and out here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to split off from here and go in. So that'll give us the, oh, hang on, no, which way around is this? No, zoink. We don't want that, do we? We want these on the bottom. So let's just delete that back here, and we'll bring this one. We're just going to bring it over the top here. This will be easier. So if we go like that, go up, go over the top, go down, and hook that in there. And then we can just connect this up. There we go. Delete the extra bit we don't need. Very good. So they will go on the bottom, and then we want the circles on the top. So that's easy enough to do. We'll go there. We'll go up. Hook that in like that. Excellent. And then we can check that that is the right shape coming out. Looks like it to me. And then we want all of these connected up together like so. And then we just go straight into there. Excellent. So that then, every time we get one of these go out, that then should give us 2 blueprint points. Here comes our first one. 151. 153. Excellent. Oh, and it's got the little symbol on there for blueprint. Fantastic. So now we are branching out even further. What we've been building on is a space platform. And you might be wondering, well, how do we get over to these other shapes and things over here? That is other space platforms. We'll be able to build these space platforms. And to do that, we need this right-angled one with a little quarter of a circle on. And I believe we're already making all of those. We have the right-angled one there. Excellent. And we could probably, I don't want to mess with all the lists, we could probably make ourselves another quarter of a circle option down here. So we're going to speed this up. And again, you can tell how much you need to add to the line, because it's like 2, 2 gap, 2, 2 gap, 2, 2 gap. Add a third one on, and now it's fully saturated. Excellent. So I want to take this, and I want to make that little piece there. So let us, I mean, we could leave that. I'm going to disconnect that, actually. I want all of them going into what I'm going to be doing. So we are going to cut that, but we're going to use the double cutter, because that means we're going to get both items. Before we do that, we need to rotate it. Then we'll use the double cutter and we'll get both items. This top one is okay. We'll keep that one. This one we can rotate. Excellent. And then we can pop those both in together. Very good. So now, again, we might need to just double this up. I think we will. There we go. I'm pretty sure that's going to fully saturate the line. We'll have a look at that again in a moment. And then these ones over here, we're going to just disconnect that from all of this. And we're going to bring these up and around the top. In fact, what we could do is delete all of that and just go the other way. There we go. We'll go up to this line. There we go. Excellent. And then we just need our stackers in here. So these are going to be on the bottom. So let's grab this. I'm going to turn around so we can see what we're doing. We want the stackers. Excellent. This is where we're trying to sort of line up here. So I'm going to go like that. We'll bring that one in. So we've got to make sure we get all these the right way around. So that's going to stack that way. That is the right way around. Yeah, excellent. So we'll just come in, go up, go like that, go down. Look at our shape. I mean, that looks good to me. And then we're coming out of each of these and connect the whole thing up. There we go. And as we said before, it doesn't matter which way round these go, because obviously that's dependent on which way you're looking. And as that pops in, this should go up. Yay, there we go. Excellent. So now what I might do is I might go back along the line. Now we can cut and paste, copy and paste. Is I'm looking at this and thinking, yeah, this just isn't really cutting the mustard over here, is it? But we've got plenty of space down here. So I'm going to shift and left click. We are going to copy that. And I'm going to move it down here. And I'm going to do it twice. And then we're going to shift and left click again, delete all of that, just the delete key. And I'm going to delete that because we're going to hook up in a different way. And then I'm going to do this and we're going to go in that way. This is our new output and we'll delete all of this. There we go. Excellent. So that might just get through there a little bit quicker. I mean, we did seem to be saturating the line anyway, so maybe it wasn't necessarily needing to be done. But then what you can do is add even more of these over here as well. After I've saturated this line, what could help over here is some more of these. The top one, I don't know whether we've got the space actually, because the top one isn't really saturated, is it? Yeah, I think, to be honest, you get the idea. I think I'm just going to leave it like that, and it won't be long, and they'll all be done. We also could increase our belt speed. Oh, those are the shapes that we stopped over here. These ones So I think what we might do is I might just to have this ticking over in the background, just do that. And then we're going to add these ones in as well and increase our belt speed, which I think would be worth doing. Let's do that. What's going on with this down here? Oh, nothing. We'll just get that out of the way. There we go. Excellent. Yeah, there's a couple of things down here I think we can sort of speed things up. We can see this isn't going very quick. We don't need this here now, which is something I had put in before, but we don't need. So that gives us the space to copy that. As long as we've got enough blueprint points. We need 13. We've got 500 and whatever it says over there, which is good. We can then press right click, press 1. We can add that in. Let's try that. Oh, we can't do it there, can we? Let's delete that and we'll go from here. There we go. Excellent. And then that can just, yeah, go the other way, can't it? We'll just mess this up like so, across there, hook it into there. And we've just sort of doubled up what we're getting onto this line here. There we go. Space platforms unlocked. I've done a little bit of jiggery pokery over here to get more circles coming down to help with our belt speed. So we'll leave that one ticking in the background. Let's have a look at space platforms and see what that gives us. And these are pretty fantastic, I have to say. So, there we go. Expand your vortex platform, which is what the game is calling this over here with our vortex in the middle. Now, you can either zoom out like this, or as it says, you can press space and it will jump you straight out. So down here, we've got different menus now. So we've got the extraction, we've got the regular menu down here, which is when we go in a little bit closer. There we go. So it's automatic. And we've got the different size platforms. We've got single. We've also got double size platforms. We've got our space belts, which are great. And over here, I think extraction, here we go. We've got our space belts again. We've got large asteroid miner, which you can rotate around and place on here, which is what it's trying to get us to do up there. We've also got a small one, which gives us access off of 3 sides, but we're going to take the large one. It does say on the red star shape. I wouldn't call that a star, but there we go. We'll go with what it says. Excellent. And then space belts. We just drag these out as you would normally, and look at that. It will either do that, or we can just place them like this. We can rotate them round, and they will connect up together. Obviously, the belts in this case won't. But this is fine. This is what we're going to do. So we're looking for this demo challenge one up here, which is, yeah, an interesting shape. And we know that we can get out of here this little section. So let's work on this then. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, we know these are coming out of 30. So we want to go for 6, really, to really maximize what we're getting out. There we go. So we're going to saturate those lines coming out of there. And now we want the cutters. And again, we don't want to use this one because we don't want to keep both shapes. So we'll do tab and we'll just take that one. Unfortunately for us, it's going to give us exactly the one that we want, which is good. So we're going to do that. This one down here, we're going to rotate it around. And we're going to do that twice. So now we get it facing that direction. And those two together are exactly what we need. So we are going to go like this. 1, 2, 3. I always go for 4. Why do I always go for 4? There's probably a reason I'm doing that, but we're going to go up there. Press C so we can go along. Press C. Oh, that will just take us straight down. Very good. This one, we're going to go to here. Press C, press E to go up, and then we're just going to go in like that. And that should, if we go back down again, give us the shape that we need. Excellent. So now these, I'm sure these will all just converge into one. And we can now bring those to an area where we're going to get these 2 quarters of a circle. So what I'm going to do is just zoom out a bit and have a look around. Oh, and look at this. We've actually got quarter circles over here. So that's going to save us a whole lot of messing around. So let's grab the miner. I mean, do we need to go for the large one? Not really. We just need to bring these out, don't we? We're going to go with that. And then we're going to go with this one here. And we're going to drag those. Let's just try that again. If I just go straight there, if I rotate that around, we can see that's going to connect in. Then we can go up and along. Yeah, there we go. Automatically puts our belts in. Oh, when we get to a long distance, look at that. It jumps. So we are now jumping into some sort of weird hyperspace thing going on. So we're going to do that. We're going to press C and then come down here. So it pops a corner in for us. And now we're sort of meeting up with all of these items together. And that will give us a little building platform. In fact, I'm going to take that back. Let's remove those from there. And we're going to do it this way instead. There we go. We're going to bring those in. And when those get to the end, they're going to jump across here, I believe. And we can, yeah, sort that out. How's this all going down here? Well, if I'd actually hooked it up correctly, it would be going splendiferously. So we're going to go there, 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 and there. Excellent. We'll remove that. Cool beans. So we can bring those down here. And when we've got this hooked up, they'll jump. I don't want them to disappear. So we're going to do shift, grab all of that, and delete. Excellent. So then, coming through here, let's have a look how this is going. Yep, we haven't got any of these yet. So let's just grab 1, 2, 3. There we go. And we're going to bring loads of these out. And we just follow the journey on these ones here because they're going to jump across. There we go. Once they get to the corner and jump across here, they're going to get sucked into the machine and sent through this tube going through hyperspace or some such nonsense like that. And we're going to bring a whole load of those through here. And they're going to jump, they're going to jump, they're going to come all the way down here. And eventually they will come out into this section here. And this is where we're going to build our machine. So which ones are they coming through? Let me have a look up here. They're coming through the 2 outside ones, I believe. Yep, there we go. The other ones have caught up. Excellent. So they're going to come through. This one, we can bring that in and that one there. And we could probably, how full up are those lines? They're both fully saturated. Okay, that's fine. So that probably means we could double up on this somehow. But we'll go with what we've got at the minute. So we need to just stack those together. And funnily enough, I'm just going to use... are they facing the right way? Do you know what they are? Funnily enough, I'm going to use 4 stackers. So how should we do this? If we go like this... Yeah, we'll do it this way. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. We're going to bring those in like that. And then we're going to bring... How should we do this? If we go like so, then we'll go up. And we can go in there and in there. So that will do those 2. And then this one here, we'll go there. We'll go down here. We'll go up. And we'll go in there and in there. Just to double it up. Then if we manage to double up the other one as well, we'll do that. Excellent. And that is the shape that we want. Very cool. So we can then bring those out, connect that all up, and that's going to go out this way. Now, where's that going to go? Well, we haven't quite connected that up yet. So let's do that here. We're going to go... That's sort of done it a little bit weird, isn't it? But, you know, that's okay. We'll do that, and then we can sort of change this up ourselves. There might be a way of doing that I've missed. But that's fine. We'll delete that. And they'll be coming in on this one here. There we go. Excellent. So that's this outside one. That's this outside one. That's this one. Excellent. That is what we want. And then we want to just deliver those to the internal section there. So what I think we might just do is go through here. Put an anchor point. Go up. Go there. Go down. Put another anchor point, come along, and then go in there. And that will just be absolutely fantastic. I'm betting I could probably speed this up. With everything that we've got coming through here, already I'm seeing that these lines are all getting pretty filled. So, yeah, we're going to speed this up for sure. There we go. We'll double that up there. That looks all good to me. Excellent. And then we could possibly get more of these coming out because this is like super slow here. So we can use some of our tricks that we've got before. There we go. So that should help speed this along a bit, get a few more out. We've got our belt speed one. Excellent. So that just like changes all the calculations you've, you've had up until this point. They're now 120 a minute, which I think... Wasn't it that before? Oh, it's 90, wasn't it? Yes, we've done that. So our demo challenge one is working away. So we're going to leave that one going. And what else have we got? I mean, we could sort of unlock some of these extra cutting speeds, but I think we're just going to leave this demo challenge one to, yeah, build up to 800. And here we go, about to hit that demo challenge one. Excellent. They've been flying in something chronic. There we go. That's the end of the demo. Don't go yet. I've got a couple more things I want to show you, but be sure to go and wish list the game. But let's have a look over here at the research tab. So here's some of the things that we've already unlocked along the way. We've got space platforms, we've got some demo challenges. There's a couple of other shapes that it will let you do. Just have a bit of fun still in the demo. It's the end of the demo. But then we've got intermediary platforms, fluids and painting, a third building floor, space, rail and trains, platform blueprinting, Wow, that is just blowing my mind. The size of the blueprints, color mixing, advanced platforms, supermassive blueprinting, fluid crystallizer, vortex technology, logic and wires, dimensional generator, and the mind control machine that makes curious people wish list the game. So what do you think of Shapez 2? Are you enjoying all the changes? I'm looking forward to playing the full game when it's out. Be sure to wish list, be sure to subscribe so you'll hear for any more videos on this lovely game. And now we're off. Bye. Thank you for watching.